Good morning, preppers. Happy prepping to you. I sincerely apologize. I have to whisper to you because I have laryngitis, and if I try to talk, it's awful and it's making my vocal cords very scratchy. But I had to get this news out to you because this is what everybody's talking about right now is 25 days left of diesel. Of course, this story broke a couple days ago, so it's more like 23 days left. Or is it? What I talk about in this channel all the time is, especially other YouTube channels, but mainstream media and everything, they really try to take these headlines and run with it to try to scare people for fear-mongering. That's exactly what's happening here. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't be concerned. We should be. But let me go ahead and show you the first article. And time is short, but honestly in this area, I don't think time being short is really anything that we need to worry about. So the first article, I simply brought this up, is Bloomberg. Bloomberg is the one that broke this story. It says supply of just 25 days poses a problem for Biden, and it's unacceptably low. Okay, I'm not going to go any more in this article from Bloomberg, but I do want to say this, that this is important, that somebody brought this up on our live stream and said, Eric, are you worried about this? And I said, you know, not really. There is some concern, which I'll show you in a minute, but the way it's being pushed out, people think that, oh, we only have 25 days, and then diesel's gone. And that's not at all what's happening here. Not even close. Now, again, we do have to worry about this, be concerned, because being low for this, that it may actually cause shortages or even rationing if it doesn't actually get fixed relatively soon. So let's jump back to the articles. This is from the Daily Wire, which I love. I love the Daily Wire. So in this specifically, it talks about the 25 days of diesel. And it goes through a whole bunch of things that talks about this. The nation has a mere 25 days, the lowest levels since 2008. So that right there should tell you that we have, even though we only have 25 days left, we've experienced this before. You know, there's been times where we've been low on diesel. It doesn't mean we're running out. And that's the important thing I want you to think about. Many are concerned about the state of economy, that's for sure. The depleted supplies occur because of maintenance season at refineries, that's true. And also pressures from Russia invasion of Ukraine. And there's also some ships coming that actually have some barrels that are going to replenish this. Now, this is important to understand that because of Russia and Ukraine cutting off the oil supply, a lot of the diesel that we would actually be using for ourselves and in combination of maintenance in the refineries and stuff is being shipped overseas. So a lot of people have been getting our diesel. Think of it that way. Now, I want you to understand this supply and demand, that we don't have 25 days left. Uh-oh, now 24, now 23, and next thing you know, 25 days later, we have no diesel. That's not what it's saying at all. Picture in the United States, we actually have massive holding tanks, and the holding tanks are low, but they're not being completely drained. We do have more diesel coming in, replenishing it, keeping the levels, well, hopefully level. And that's where the problem comes in, because it's not about the levels are going down. It's not about the levels being the same. It's about we don't know where the levels are at. And what we do worry about is from here, when the levels may go down, because understand this article broke like a day or two ago. We could still, as of today, have 25 days left of diesel. A week from now, we could still have 25 days left of diesel. What they're saying is if for some reason no diesel comes back in to replenish it, then it would disappear in 25 days. But nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that's going to happen. What we're saying is simply the levels are low. Now, because of the war in Ukraine, and because of the maintenance, and because we're actually heading into harvest season, it is something we need to be concerned about, because it very well could go even lower. It could. But if it gets too low, then we're going to be looking at shortages, and we're going to be looking at rationing. But even because of this too, diesel prices will be going up. Diesel prices going up just when harvest is coming in. Thanksgiving is only in 4 weeks. The biggest shopping time of the year is coming. Is it going to put a problem in our country? It probably will, yes. But that's why we do this with Goshen prepping, is we tell you to go ahead and stockpile now, get what you need to now, before it's too late, before the already inflated prices are going to go even higher. Because having only 25 days left, is it going to go down? Probably so, as I'll show you in this next article. Alright, we also have what's called, let me scroll back up, backwardation. Backwardation is this, it's simply put, that when we talk about how much diesel we have, they want to be able to sell the diesel and get their best profit. But because the prices are so volatile, they'll sometimes sell it off right away, and therefore it makes it so the levels are going even lower because they're trying to get rid of the supply. It talks about the downward slope. We have to worry about this. It says that right now traders are paying more for prompt deliveries than longer-term ones. It's like that with a lot of shopping. If you can pay ahead and pay a lot now or pay less later, but because of the volatile market, people are paying higher now because of this, and it's driving up prices even more. And they're talking about actually having higher prices, 34 cents a gallon, even higher. Refineries are actually being used, maintained, and then of course they're actually going into Latin America and Europe for immediate profit, and that's what they're doing. Instead of selling to Americans, they get an immediate profit because Latin America and Europe is starving for it. More specifically, will pay higher dollar now to get it shipped off to them because they really need it so badly. Therefore, it's causing this shortage. What else causing the crunch? Russia. What's the administration considering? I want you to look at this. This is interesting. The administration could release 1 million barrels of fuel from its reserves. Of course, that's what they always do. And it could help the region in a pinch. But think about this. 1 million barrels of fuel will only last 6 hours in our market. Think about that. They can go ahead and do a little publicity stunt all they want to by releasing more from our strategic reserve, which, you know what, we need that in case of war, because they seem to want war, don't they? But even more so, if they do release it, it's only going to give us 6 extra hours. It's not going to do a whole lot. So it's kind of stupid, in my opinion, as far as making it so they're trying to release it from there. It's going to cause even more problems in the long run. And here's basically the proof for all of this. Here, this shows the petroleum and basically how much is being held. And you'll see it goes up and down constantly. This graph only goes back to 1992. But you can see in around 1992, they had 44 days, 42 days, 42 days, all the way up to more modern times just after 2020. We had up to 54 days at one point, 54 days. And of course, it's steadily been going down. So don't think that when we only have 28 days left, or sorry, 25 days left, that guess what? It's going to be gone in 25 days. That's not what's going on. So don't listen to the fear mongering. Don't listen to these mainstream media or even other channels saying that, because that's not the case. In fact, what we've seen is as it goes down, they'll usually change some things, bring it back up. Goes down, changes the things, going back up. In fact, you can see right here, we're already seeing some volatile spikes here. Now, I'm not saying it won't go down some more. It very well might, and that's something we need to be cautious about. We need to watch for. But again, because of the things that actually are diesel dependent going on right now over the next 2 months, it is certainly going to put a damper on prices even more, even worse. So that's why I always say really stockpile. Keep bringing the stuff in, do what you need to. If you are going to do some holiday shopping, I would do it now. If you can, do it right now and try to get it done, because the prices more than likely are going to really go up over the next 2 months. All right, so I hope this clears it up for you. And hopefully by tomorrow, my laryngitis will be better so I can actually talk like a real person again. But thanks for watching, and we appreciate you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.